sounds like the inmates didn't treat you any differently because you were either a spy or because you were Jewish, right? They didn't treat you any differently.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I wore a kippah
Mm-hmm.
and I had tzitzit. I mean, okay. And nobody ever said anything about that.
Hmm.
I never got any anti-Semitic comments or threats or anything because of it's the way you carry yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't involved in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs, booze, sex, anything. I tried to stay on the straight and narrow, but I'll tell you why. I mean, apart from the obvious reason, I was the only Jew there. And I did not want to set a bad example for the 5,000 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them had never seen a Jew before.
You were
at least one without horn.
Out of 5,000 inmates, you were the only Jew.
Yeah. Until, get ready, Bernie Madoff showed up.
Same prison?
Same prison.
Wow.
And that was, well, he was my next door neighbor, and he didn't like me at all. In fact, he hated my guts. And he said to me, "Why is it that the Jews like you? Why don't they like me?"
Mm.
And I said, "Bernie, you're a piece of, you know what? Look who you robbed with this stupid Ponzi scheme of yours." I mean, there wasn't a drop of altruism in your activity, nothing. And his attitude, you know what? Here's the way I put it. I've known a lot of immoral people in my life, a lot, unfortunately. But I never met an amoral person until I met him. And I was sitting at lunch. There wasn't much for me to eat, but I was sitting there anyway. And he sat down. And two black guys sat down. They were there for medical treatment. They were very high up members of the Gangster Disciples and the Bloods. Bad guys. You didn't really want to cross them at all. But they were friends of mine. So they sat down, and Bernie used a racial epithet, the N-word, with them. And looked at me and said, "Why do you let these guys, the N-word, sit at the same table with you?" Well, I'm expecting at that point for a bloodbath.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be covered in his blood because I only have one shirt, and it just becomes logistically difficult to get it clean. So I looked at these two black guys and I said, "Whoa, they said, "Don't worry, Jonathan, it's okay. We know what he's doing. He can't do the time. So he wants us to kill him.
Oh.
And we're not gonna do that." So the last thing I said to Bernie when I left prison, it was the worst thing one inmate doing life could say to another one who was basically doing life. I wished him that he should live forever.
I see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was that
nasty.
horrible.
That horrible.
Nasty.
Oh.